Hello everyone, welcome on la chaîne Géopolitique. So we are closely monitoring the latest development in Ethiopia on the northern front in the Tigray region, where the federal Ethiopian government has decided to launch an offensive on 4th of November. So we will first try to analyze the reason behind this offensive, and in the second part of this video, we will tried to bring the latest development and to understand what are the latest development and to make some prospect about this conflict. So as we said, on 4th of November, Ahmed Abiy, the new prime minister of Ethiopia, which has been already in office since March 2018, decided unexpectedly to launch an offensive in the Tigray region. So this region is a most north region from in Ethiopia and bordering with Eritrea and Sudan. So why such offensive? Why such gamble from the Prime Minister of Ethiopia? So we have to keep in mind that this region is let's say a region which is populated only with 6 million people out of 110 million Ethiopians. So we are talking about Tigrayan, this minority who is living in this Tigray region. Just stand up makes up 5% of the Ethiopian population. But the 5% does not actually reflect the political weight of the Tigrayan people. Those people have run, this minority have run the Ethiopian state during the last 30 years since the end of communism in 1991. And so Ahmed Abiy, if you like, has been the first non-Tigrayan Ethiopian who has been running this country over the last 30 years. You have to keep in mind that Abiy Ahmed, the current prime minister, is from the Oromo, the largest ethnic in Ethiopia. So it has been so the fact that a non-Tigrayan person has been in charge in office has totally, if you like, changed the composition and the dynamics of the Ethiopian politics, because this time the prime minister has less privilege, if you like, the Tigrayan region. And also, Abiy Ahmed has understood that probably it's important for the Ethiopia to change, if you like, the structure of the state, that the federal essence of the state, which has started in 1995 with the creation of ninth federal region, should end now and to become a unitary government. So that's the gamble behind this offensive to bring this restive region, this rebellious region from Tigray into the unitary state of Ethiopia. Because let's say the direct motive behind this offensive is the fact that the Tigrayan government, regional government, has decided to proceed to stand elections in September, despite the fact that the prime minister has decided to postpone those elections due to the ongoing pandemic. So the fact that those regional authorities decided to override the orders from the Ethiopian government has been the direct reason of this offensive. So you have to keep in mind that this region, the political party, the main political party which is running the Tigray region, called TPLF, which has run, as I said earlier, also Ethiopia during 30 years, is a very powerful political party. And the ambition of the Ethiopian prime minister is to end this political ambition from TPLF, which the prime minister of Ethiopia suspect to bring this region into secession, into independence. So in order to avoid such a scenario of dismantlement of Ethiopia, the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has decided simply to launch this offensive. So now let's talk more about this offensive and where it stands right now so far. So this offensive is you have to bear in mind that this offensive is as is an all-out war with a lot of military means, and the Prime Minister of Ethiopia wants a very quick victory. He knows that a long war could have devastating consequences for Ethiopia, could plunge this country into civil war. So, in order to avoid such a scenario, the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has decided to let's say to launch a quick, very let's say to launch an offensive with a possible quick victory, but it requires a lot of strikes, airstrike, and a lot of artillery. So you have a lot of artillery which are deployed on three various fronts: the southern front, the western front, and the north front. And even the TPLF is suspecting that the North Front is consisted of Eritrean forces, because you have to keep in mind that the main enemy over the last 50 years of the TPLF is Eritrea. So basically, we have three fronts, and tonight we have just learned that the Ethiopian authorities has given 72 hours to the regional Tigrayan government to surrender before a final attack on the main city of Tigray, which is Mekele, which is also the backyard of the TPLF, where the regional government is lying. So basically, we are waiting now the answer from the Tigrayan region about this deadline of 72 hours to surrender before that the new military offensive begins on Mekele. So right now, the information that we have is that the city of Mekele is encircled by the Ethiopian forces from the west side, north side, south side. So basically, the situation is really dire for the civilian population, which cannot right now escape from Mekele city. And so we can really expect the worst in terms of death toll, in terms of casualties due to the huge potential means of the Ethiopian army. However, we have also to bear in mind that the TPLF militia is composed of 250,000 people, which has been probably who have been the most experienced people in the Ethiopian army, because you have to know that the skeleton of the Ethiopian army has been composed of Tigrayan people, commanders, all of them were Tigrayan. And once they completed their military service, they brought back the weapons to Tigray region to station them in this region. So a lot of equipment from the Ethiopian army lie in this Tigray region. So at the same time, even though the Ethiopian army is very well equipped, the Tigray and the TPLF is also very well equipped. So we cannot we can be sure that TPLF could retaliate to this offensive and cause also casualties to the Ethiopian army. So we'll continue following the latest development from this region in this channel. If you have any comment and any question about this conflict, please write under the video, and I will be more than glad to answer to any question or comment that you may have about this conflict.